Welcome to Philadelphia, a place where Jesus' words are filled with some rather unusual imagery. An ancient key, a door that no one can shut, a pillar in the temple of God, protection through a time of trial, a crown that must be held on to, the name of God written upon his people, and a new Jerusalem coming down from heaven. What did all of that mean? And why would Jesus choose these particular images when he spoke to the people who lived here? To understand the letter, we first need to understand their world. So come with me for a moment and imagine what it might have been like nearly 2,000 years ago when a small group of Christians lived here in Philadelphia and received a letter containing a message from Jesus. Even its name carries the language of relationship. This city was founded in the 2nd century before Christ by Attalus II, or Pergamon, who was known as Philadelphus, a name associated with brotherly love. Nearly 2,000 years later, Philadelphia is still inhabited. Today it is the Turkish town of Alaşehir. Unlike places such as Ephesus or Sardis, there isn't an enormous excavation ancient city here to explore. Much of the ancient Philadelphia lies beneath the modern town. But this small archaeological site preserves something remarkable. These enormous stone piers belong to the Church of St. John, constructed in the 6th century, hundreds of years after Jesus' message in Revelation was even written. Originally, there were 6 massive piers. 3 remain standing today. They aren't the pillars that the Christians of Revelation would have seen. But standing beneath them, knowing what Jesus said to the believers who once lived here, it is hard not to feel the power of the image. The one who overcomes, I will make a pillar in the temple of my God. Never again will they leave it. And perhaps those words meant even more in Philadelphia, because this was a place where people knew that even things made of stone could fall. The ground beneath them was not always stable. This region was vulnerable to earthquakes. A devastating earthquake struck this part of Asia Minor in AD 17, and tremors continued afterwards. Imagine living in a city where the ground could suddenly begin to move. When buildings became dangerous, people fled outside to safety. And perhaps that helps us hear the words Jesus speaks to this little church in a way we might have otherwise missed. Jesus says, I know your deeds. See, I've placed you before an open door that no one can shut. And I know that you have little strength, yet you have kept my word and have not denied my name. I love that Jesus notices their weakness. He doesn't say, you need to become stronger. He doesn't criticize them because they aren't impressive enough. He says, I know you have little strength. And apparently, little strength was enough because they were still holding on to him. These were people living in the powerful Roman world, surrounded by competing religions, pressures, and voices telling them where they did and did not belong. Yet Jesus introduces himself as the one holding the key, the one who opens a door that no one else can shut. Think about that relationally. Human beings can shut doors in our faces. Religious communities can tell us we don't belong. People can judge us, reject us, misunderstand us, or decide we aren't good enough. But Jesus says, I hold the key. And the door I open for you cannot be closed by anyone else. You have access to me. You belong. Then Jesus gives them another remarkable image. The one who overcomes, I will make a pillar in the temple of my God. Never again will they leave it. A pillar is permanent. It isn't a visitor to the building. It is a part of the building. And imagine hearing those words in an earthquake country. When the earth shook, people ran out of buildings. Jesus promises a place where they will never have to run out again. The ground won't disappear beneath them. Their place with God won't suddenly collapse. They won't wake up one morning and discover that the door has been locked. They are home. It is difficult not to think of Jesus' promise. I will make you a pillar. Not simply, I'll let you come into my temple. I'll make you part of it. It's almost as though Jesus is saying, you are mine. You are home. You have a family name. Other people don't get the final word about who you are, and neither do your failures, your weakness, your past, your status, or the names others have given you. Jesus gives you his name. Then he says something that can sound frightening if we were reading Revelation primarily through fear. I am coming soon. But what if these aren't threatening words at all? What if they are relational words? Imagine someone you deeply love, someone you've been waiting for saying, I'm coming, hold on, I'm almost there. Suddenly, I am coming soon doesn't sound like a threat. It sounds like hope. And Jesus doesn't tell Philadelphia to accomplish something spectacular before he arrives. He simply says, hold on to what you have. Hold on. You've stayed with me this far. Keep trusting me. I'm coming. Maybe that is the message Philadelphia still speaks to us today. Hold on. When other people make you question whether you belong, the door is still open. And when everything beneath life seems to be shaking, your place with God is secure. When the world gives you names like failure, unwanted, weak, unworthy, not enough, forgotten, Jesus gives you his name. The Church of Philadelphia may have had little strength, but they were connected to the one who did. And perhaps that is what Jesus wanted them and us to understand. We don't have to be the strongest. We don't have to hold the whole buildings up ourselves. We simply keep holding on to him because the door is open. There is a place for us in his house. We bear his name, and the one we love says, I'm coming. Hold on.